So let's review. Zok the Mishnah, Arba Asr Shechalis B'Shabbos. If Erev Pesach falls on Shabbos, there is a three-way machlokes Tanoim when to destroy the chametz. Mevarin es hakoil mufnei haShabbos, divrei Meir. Meir holds to destroy it all before Shabbos and leave just what he needs for the 2 Shabbos meals. The Chacham Oimrim bizmanoi. The Chachamim hold he can leave everything for Shabbos, and whatever will be left, he will destroy at the normal time on Shabbos in a permissible manner. Eliezer bar Tzaddik Oimer, Truma melifnei haShabbos v'chulin bizmanon. We should destroy Truma before Shabbos, because it will be difficult to dispose of on Shabbos, since it may not be eaten by non-Kahanim and their animals. However, Chulin can be left and then destroyed on Shabbos, because he will be able to give it to others and their animals. In the Brisa, Eliezer bar Tzaddik recalls a time when Gamliel's messenger told people to destroy their chametz at Shabbos, which supports his opinion. The next Mishnah discusses 3 types of cases where a person is traveling on Erev Pesach, and he remembers that he has chametz in his house. The first group is where he's going to do a mitzvah. Zok the Mishnah. Ha'hoilich lishchit es pischei v'lamal es benoi v'lechel sudas eris in the beis chamav. If he's going to shecht his carbon pesach, or give his child a bris, or to his own sudas erisin, or for any other mitzvah. If he has time to go back home, destroy the chametz, and still get back to the mitzvah, he should do so. V'mlav mevat lebeliba. If not, he should just do bittul and continue on his way. Second, if he's going to rescue people from any sort of danger, yivata beliba, he should just do bittul. Rashi explains, the midiraisa sagli bittul ba'alma. Since midiraisa bittul is sufficient, the Chacham did not require him to go back, even though there's enough time. Third, lishvay shvisas rishus. If he's going for a non-mitzvah purpose, yachzir miyad, he should abandon his journey and go back home to destroy his chametz. Similarly, somebody who has left Yerushalayim and remembered that he has kosher meat that becomes puzzle when it goes out of Yerushalayim, if he has passed Tzayfim, from where you can see the Beis HaMikdash, Tzayfim b'mkaimai, he should burn it on the spot. Rashi adds, the Chacham did not require him to return. If he has not passed Tzayfim, he should go back and burn it in the Beis HaMikdash or in Yerushalayim, because there is a chiyuv midarabanan of b'mkaim achilasai sreifasai. It should be burned within the area where it must be eaten. Va'at kama hein chayzer. How much chametz or b'sar kosher requires one to go back? Remeir oimer zev zeh b'kebeya. In both cases, the minimum is the size of an egg. Yehuda oimer zev zeh b'kezayis. In both cases, the minimum is the size of an olive. V'chachama oimrim b'sar kodesh b'kezayis v'chametz b'kebeya. For kachim, the minimum size is an olive, but for chametz, only if it is the size of an egg. The Gemara begins by asking, the Mishnah considered sudas erisin to be a mitzvah, while the Brisa considers sudas erisin a reshus. The Gemara offers 2 answers. First, Harab Yehuda, Harab Yosi. The Brisa follows Rabbi Yehuda's opinion that sudas erisin is a reshus, whereas our Mishnah follows Rabbi Yosi's opinion that it is a mitzvah. Second, if we assume that machlekes Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yosi is only about the Suda Shniya, the second meal, which they would make at the time of the Savloiners, the special gifts that the Chassan brought or sent to the Kala, but they both agree that the Suda Rishayna, the Sudas Erisin, is the Sudas Mitzvah, we can answer that the Bryce is referring to the Suda Shniya, the meal for the Savloiners, which is not a Sudas Mitzvah according to Yehuda, and the Mishnah is referring to the Suda Rishayna, which is a Sudas Mitzvah. Since we mentioned Sudas Erisin, the rest of the daf discusses various types of Shidduchim. Tanya, Reb Shimon Omer, Kol Suda she'ena shal mitzvah, ein Talmid Chacham rishoy lahanis mimena. A Talmid Chacham should not participate in the wedding of a Bas Kohen to a Yisrael, or a Bas Talmid Chacham to an Am Ha'aretz. The Gemara clarifies that when the Am Ha'aretz marries a Bas Kohen, bad things will happen. But for a Talmid Chacham, it is a skula to become wealthy. The Gemara tells us that Rabbi Yeshua and Rav Kahana found that their marriage to a Kahanas caused them to suffer, while Rav Ida bar Oven and Rav Papa attributed success in child rearing and material wealth to their marriage to a Kahanas. Amar B'Yitzchak, Kol hanenem misudas harishos l'seiv goyla. One who indulges in a non-mitzvah related feast will end up being exiled. The Brisa adds that if a Talmid Chacham overindulges, he will suffer a series of calamities and his children will be mocked because of him. The Brisa recommends, La'olam yimker adam kol ma sheyesh lo v'yisa bas Talmid Chacham. A person should sell everything he has to marry a daughter of a Talmid Chacham, because if anything were to happen to him, his children will be raised in a way that they will be Talmid Chacham. Such a shidduch is compared to in ve'hagefen ve'in ve'hagefen. joining different grapevines together, which is a davar no miskabel, a nice thing that produces flavorful wine. If he cannot marry a bas Talmid Chacham, the order of preference for his shidduch should be bas gedolei hadar, people who do good deeds, bas rashi knesiyos, communal leaders, bas gabayot tzedakah, charity administrators, bas malamdei tunaikis, teachers of young children. The Gemara quotes a series of brises that teach us about Amei Haaretz. Most require extensive explanations beyond the scope of this review. The daf concludes by asking a stira. In our Mishnah, Remeir says we only go back to burn a kebeya or larger of food, and Rabbi Yehuda holds we go back even for a kezayis. Yet in Masechtas Brachos, regarding Birchas Hamazon, Remeir holds that we bench after eating just a kezayis, and Rabbi Yehuda holds we only bench after eating a kebeya. The Gemara has two answers. Amar Birchlan, Machlefes Hashita. The opinions are switched in Masechtas Brachos. Abaye says that in Brachos they disagree about how to darshan the pasuk. V'yachalta v'savata. Remeir holds v'yachalta means eating a kezayis, and v'savata refers to drinking, whereas Rabbi Yehuda holds it means achila sheyesh basviya, eating enough to be satiated, a kebeya. Here the argument is based on a svara. Remeir holds chazarasei kutumasei. Since only a kebeya of food can become tamei, we only have to return for a kebeya. Rabbi Yehuda holds chazarasei ki isurei. Since the isra of eating chametz or pesuli hamakdashin applies to a kezayis, we are required to return for a kezayis.